135 to beat Miami's new number one for hip hop, R&B, and the Breakfast Club, coming up with that Big Sean bounce back right now. Special guest in the studio. Have we figured out a name for the Wednesday yet? Didn't we? The stage. Welcome to the stage, PK Live, right here on 103.5 The Beat. My first guest, please introduce yourself.
Jonathan Spikes.
All right.
Marlon Hill Esquire.
That's right.
What's up? Brother Ben Evans.
And the one and only
Umi Selah, Dream Defenders.
All right, we're going to chop it up. We got a lot of things to talk about. Join us on Facebook Live right now. Search 103.5 The Beat.
Hello, I am Jonathan Spikes, founder of Affirming Youth, where we do psychosocial emotional programming, trying to teach these kids to put down those guns and to think before you act, think about the consequences of your behavior so you don't have to go to parades and shoot up people.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Yeah. This is Attorney Marlon Hill. I'm a good friend of PK's here. It's great to be a part of this BME community. My day job, I'm a business and entertainment attorney. I'm in Miami, and when I'm not doing that, I'm doing a lot of work in the mentoring space and also working a lot with our immigrant community. Here to talk about our relationship that we have with the BME community and the support that they're giving us in our individual projects in terms of transforming our communities, creating more caring and prosperous communities here in Miami. And we were selected last year. Each of us received $10,000 each to uplift the work that we are particularly working on. I'm working on establishing a law academy at Brownsville Middle School in Brown Sub, about 3 or 4 blocks from the recent MLK Day shooting. But we're not going to dwell too much on that today, but because there are a lot of other positive things that are happening in Brownsville that we also want to talk about, including some of the work that we are doing as a law firm. My law firm is in downtown Miami, Hamilton Miller, and Berthasville, and we adopted Brownsville Middle School as our main project. Hey Maggie, yeah. So, So that's why we're here, and we have there 10 other brothers who were selected last year in 2016, and there's well over 150 other BME leaders across the country. In cities like Akron and Philadelphia and Detroit. And so you can learn more. Go to bmecommunity.org.
All right.
What's up, everybody? It's Brother Ben Evans. I'm the Miami Community Manager for BME Community, and here I represent a movement of inspired Black men who are building a more caring and prosperous future for America. Been around since 2012. BME Community has started in Philadelphia and Detroit. Last year, the Kenan Charitable Trust moved us down here to Miami, and we inaugurated 10 BME leaders, each receiving $10,000. These two represent 2 of the 10. And now I'm here to talk about their success, what they're doing to build more caring and prosperous communities. Also here to let everybody know about our call for stories for our Black Genius Award. And we're doing another $10,000. 10 awards will be given away sometime in April. Applications open now to the 21st. But also because of our collaboration, networking, working together, telling positive stories, these guys receive additional funding from the Kenan Charitable Trust, totaling $400K with 2 other guys, Brandon Pallaby and Derek Pearson of Cold Fever and Black Technique. So I'm so excited just to be here, and for opening up this opportunity has been great. So
Pleasure.
Let's get it popping.
My brother.
Yo, I'm Umi with the Dream Defenders. We're trying to keep the kids out of jail. Real quick though, being Blanche said that she just waved at you and you didn't wave back.
That's my aunt. She crazy. Security.
If I don't wave back, she gonna be at the front. So we want to make sure we engage. She said, "Stop scratching your head." Okay, there it is. My name is Umi. I'm with the Dream Defenders, and as I said before, we're looking to keep our young people out of jail. That's finding programs, finding educational outlets and resources, artistic outlets and resources for them We're doing most of our work at Okalaka, also in Sistra and in Childs Park. So happy to be here today. Happy to be moderating. Looking forward to seeing these comments. Someone said, "Look at these beautiful black men."
that was Janae.
It's a good day when you get something like that come through. Yes.
All right, well, gentlemen, again, thank you for being here. Let's get the conversation started. Ben, I want to start with you to give me a little bit more details on the program and how these gentlemen got involved in the program and how others could get involved with the program as well.
So this is the 6th annual Black Men's Genius Award, also known as Be Me Leader Award, which recognizes local Black men for their authenticity, for what they do to build community, and mainly for their story. That's why we call it a Call for Stories initiative. And so we ask these guys, tell us who you are and why you give back. Most people, and listen, the application is only, 4 or 5 questions? And it's very short and sweet and to the point. And because most grant applications are pages long, actually a whole bunch of information.
They're discouraging.
They discourage you from taking part. So we threw that out the window. We want to get that to the essence of who you are. And so most people will tell us what they do, but not tell us who they are. I'll give you an example. I feed the homeless. That's great. You left out the part where you were once homeless.
Right.
Or you left out the part where you understand what it is not to be able to eat and have food in your house. That's why you give back.
Right.
Because there's a connection to the mission in your life. And so these guys poured out their hearts in their applications, and that's usually what gets, when people are reviewing the applications, yes, we have, many people think that Black folks are not engaged. When we are the most charitable people in the United States, we give 25% more of our income than any other racial group to charity and to nonprofits, and we give most of our time. So it's
and
not
to
that
churches.
And to churches, yes. It's not that we're not engaged. It's just everybody siloed doing their own thing.
Right.
So everybody thinks when they tell their story of what they do, I'm unique because I do this. No, you're unique because of who you are. And so, when Jonathan gets into his story, it's like, brother, I'm still surprised you're standing.
Right.
And for this guy to have picked up the American values and are spreading it across here in the Caribbean, I mean, that's just amazing. So we're looking for authentic stories. We're looking for people to tell us who they are and really connect to the heart of why you do what you do.
And with this grant, this $10,000, what are you looking for now them to do with this grant money?
So the award goes to you, and you can contribute it to any charitable work you want. We have people who have invested in schools, who've invested in social entrepreneurship, who've invested. Jonathan did a play, which impacted hundreds of lives, young people. There were free showings for high schoolers, and I mean, the impact was just tremendous. So the award, and let me just say this, you don't have to have a nonprofit. You don't have to be 501c3. The money just has to go toward
something that's charitable.
The money goes to you. You connect us with that charity. The check goes to that charity, or the check can go to you if you represent a nonprofit, but you do not have to be a nonprofit. You actually don't even have to have an organization. One of our lead awardees from last year, Kelvin Delaveau, he runs Daddy Knows Best. Daddy Knows Best.
I met that guy. Yeah, he's cool.
And so his app allows children and fathers to connect.
Fathers
to connect with one another. Single fathers. How do I do my daughter's hair?
Right. I heard his story too. It's really good. Yeah.
So he doesn't have a nonprofit, but yet he was selected because of his story and because of his commitment to his children.
That is awesome. So before I dive into to break down the different stories from our guests here today, I just want a little bit more information. Is this open to everyone? Is it a South Florida thing?
So we're in 6 cities. We're in Akron, Baltimore, Detroit, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh.
And each city gets 10 people?
And so each city's in a different phase. So this year we're focused on Akron, Miami, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh.
Gotcha.
And each city gets a different amount of leaders based on amount of
And
lives in the city.
is this minority based? Are you looking
So black men.
so
This
black
award
men?
goes to specifically black men 18 and above.
And who started this? Like, who's the muscle
So
behind all this?
Travian Shorters was vice president of the Knight Foundation.
So this
Beanie-
is coming through that?
Yeah, Beanie was a program of the Knight Foundation. When Travian rolled out, he took Beanie with him, and they funded us for 3 years.
Gotcha.
Coming out of Knight, we started in Philadelphia and Detroit.
Yo, the Knight Foundation be beasting with them
Yeah.
grants.
Absolutely.
Every time I hear talk about grants, you know, it somehow ties back into the Knight
Miami is
Foundation.
where we are because of the Knight Foundation and its investment in the tech space, in the innovative space. We would not be on the map had it not been for the Knight Foundation.
That's what's up, man. Thank you so much, Brother Ben. I appreciate you dropping that science. Mr. Marlon Hill, my attorney, good friend. How are you, sir?
Good to see you, my brother.
I mean, you know, I could wave the flag about you all day, but I'm happy to see you here on different accords, you know. And congratulations. I had no idea that you were awarded that. You know, can you tell us the story behind that? First, tell your story, how you connected with it, and then how you're flipping it.
Well, it's you know, it's really a pleasure to just to be recognized for the work that you're doing. Right there's so many black men out in Miami and in South Florida doing such great things.
Yeah.
Part of the problem is you don't have what you see on the news, whether in print, TV, or social media. The narrative about black men is just not something that the stories that we're writing.
Can I sidebar real quick?
Yeah.
I won't be long, I promise. I'm happy you said that, and it kind of linked into something you said earlier, and I wanted to say something. Because you said this now, I feel compelled. It was like I had a rant pretty much on the radio on MLK Day and a little bit the day after, because I saw something happen back to back pretty much when I watched Channel 6 News, which is our sister station. But, you know, I was 1 hour, I sat in here doing the mix and watched them just rotate the shooting, the motorcycle situation, and some other stories. And then at the very, very end, they gave me maybe 15 seconds of the actual MLK Day parade. And what's so disturbing and what really bothered me and why I made a rant and made such a big deal about it is because this is what people are thinking what we do and how we celebrate MLK Day.
Absolutely.
Oh, they shoot each other and they ride around reckless on the other side of the road for MLK Day. This is how they celebrate, you know, their leader or whatever, you know, or this, you know, this man or whatever the case may be. And they weren't there at the parade that I was at. Got up at 8 o'clock in the morning in Fort Lauderdale, Sistrunk, and walked from Sistrunk to downtown Las Olas. They weren't there. There was no filming of that, no filming of the kids performing, Dillard Band performing, none of that. There was no filming of, what's that school down in,
Dillard.
not that Dillard. There was a school in Miami. No, Stranahan and no, the school in Miami in Overtown.
Booker T.
Booker T. They were beautifying that on MLK Day. No story of that. But anybody watching the news is going to think that this is what we do and how we honor the legacy of MLK.
Right.
And I was just so bothered by that, you know.
And a lot of people should be, right? You know, certainly, you know, Channel 7 came out to the day of service that we had at the school that we adopted in Brownsville Middle School. Where,
kudos for them.
Kudos. You know, they're doing a program called Hope and Healing, in terms of trying to feature more positive stories about us. But this whole narrative about black men and who we are is something that we can't wait for any national media or any local media to
tell our story.
To tell our story, right?
Stick a pin. Let me just do a live break with you guys. Let them know you're here. So sorry about that, Marlon. Let's pick up.
Yeah. So we gotta write our own story, right? Wow. You know, all the work that we are doing, we're just 10 brothers who we got the $10,000 that would magnify what we're doing.
So let's get into what you did. Well, what you doing.
So when we first got the $10,000, one of the first things that we did as a group is that we started an impact fund.
Sorry, I thought you was gonna say y'all with the KOD. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, man.
So Facebook Live.
Just playing, Carlo. We didn't go nowhere.
So we started an impact fund at the Miami Foundation. So what we did was the Miami Foundation is a umbrella community foundation where BME has a fiscal their fiscal fund. So we started to raise money together. So we told everyone, each of us got $10,000, which is $100,000. If we got the rest of the community to donate another $100,000, we could split it $10,000 each and add on to more to what we did. So we started the impact fund. So we raised a nice sum of money. Not quite the 100, right. But the whole point is that the impact fund is still there. So with my money, I've been involved in mentorship for a while. So we adopted this middle school in Brownsville Middle School. The school has a lot of issues with conflict and gangs and just the whole culture of the school. Right. So our goal is to convert 2 of the classrooms into a real 21st century courtroom where the kids can learn about the Constitution. They can learn what it's like to be a judge. What it's like to be a prosecuting attorney, a defense attorney, a bailiff. Right. The entire legal profession. And then so with this additional grant from the Keenan Trust, this week they awarded us 4 of us an additional $100,000. So we're partnering with the school board. That is amazing. Where they're going to pay half, and we're going to pay half to convert the 2 classrooms, and it will open in August. Listen, man, and these things are just done just out of what inside of Marlon Hill, you understand, drives that to want to go above and beyond. All that you have to do as an attorney, you have your wife, you have everything going on in your life, keeping you busy. That's a great question, PK, because, like Ben said, it all comes from a place of your own life experience, right? For me, mentors and people who played a very critical life into my development, both immediate family and outside family. I could not be the person who I am without their support. When I first came back from Tallahassee from school and starting my practice in the law. You can shout out your school. I had Florida State University in the nothing. Agricultural Mechanical University. Yeah, so from Florida State. And when I got back here from Miami, H.D. Smith, George Knox, 2 attorneys who were here. They made sure that I was doing all the right things to get myself settled as a young attorney. So I know for a fact that having a mentor and access to mentors is very important. So the reason why I started this relationship with Brownsville Middle School also helped to start a leadership academy with the Orange Bowl Committee, where we have adopted 4 middle schools in South Florida: Bear Middle, Sunrise Middle, North Miami Middle, and Georgia Ayers Middle, where we're doing somewhat similar as it relates to character and values. And the small part of my money as well will go towards immigrant integration, helping families who have arrived here from another country, especially those of color, to integrate into the United States. Sidebar on that immigration. Wet foot, dry foot? Yeah, it had to go. I mean, we need to treat all migrants. Fair is fair? Fair is fair. Everyone needs to go through the same pipeline. Not only the pipeline to bring your family here, but also going through the same pipeline of applying for political asylum and etc. So, let the chips fall where they may. But I think most reasonable folks would say, you know what, it's about time.
Right. And it was also a dangerous policy. You could come from another country to Cuba, to America, and claim to be Cuban. If you study long enough, you could pass, and you could be. It's just it wasn't a very safe or productive policy now. Right. Considering the changes that have been made. Thank you so much, Mr. Spikes.
Yes, sir.
Your time to shine, brother. Give us a little history on you, and not so much the history on you, but a little history on how you got involved with the grant and what you decided to do, and your story behind that.
Well, I grew up in Miami. I'm a native Floridian. Grew up in Scott Projects.
Okay, name the schools.
City.
Name the schools.
Not there anymore, so I guess I can't say that.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I grew up in Scott Projects. I come from a very traumatic background. When I was 4 years old, my brother was taking out the garbage can. He was 15 years old. And as he was taking out the garbage can, the guy was shooting at his girlfriend, and the bullet hit my brother in the leg and his knee. And then when I was 21 years old, on 68 Terrace in Northwest 15th Avenue, another one of my brothers that was murdered. His name was David. David was shot in the chest, and I was there to see my brother laying in the street. And those things right there affected me a lot, because as I moved around in my life, I realized that this type of gun violence doesn't happen in all communities. So why did it have to happen in the projects where I lived and all the other communities where I lived? Why did gun violence have to be something that was so prevalent.
Mhm.
Why do we have to shoot each other when we have an argument or discussion?
Right, right.
And so trying to teach people how to resolve conflict without picking up the gun became my main mission. Before BME came about, we had put a program together called Let's Talk It Out. Let's Talk It Out was done in 17 high schools in Miami-Dade County.
Mhm.
Miami-Dade County adopted the program in 2012. So when BME came along, I applied for the grant in order to further the Let's Talk It Out program.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly what we did when we were awarded. We just did a stage play. I Know What I Am and I'm Not What You Call Me, which is based off a book.
So you do the stage play in the schools?
No, we did the stage play at the African Heritage Cultural Arts Center.
Okay.
And we had 11 high schools. We brought them there.
Okay.
We busted them in. We fed them. And then after the play, we had a Let's Talk It Out session.
Nice.
And man, if you were there,
Mhm.
it totally blew our mind to hear what these kids had to say.
Getting that direct. That's what's up, man. We are here, Facebook Live, PK Live. It's going down the stage. The platform is set for Marlon Hill, who are one of the grant recipients. Say the name of the grant again, because you know how my mind works.
Yeah, and the grant is from BME Community in collaboration with the William Keenan Jr. Trust. The grant came for $10,000 last year, and then another grant, $100,000, helping me to support the establishment of a law academy, Brown Sub, at Brownsville Middle School, where we're going to convert 2 classrooms into a 21st century mock courtroom, legal studies curriculum, bringing out speakers, that kind of stuff.
That's great. Now Marlon, the legacy of you now as an attorney, as my entertainment attorney, I just had to throw that in there. The legacy of you now is going to live forever, because can you imagine the first judge that comes out of Brownsville, what you creating now? That's the levels I'm on.
It's powerful because I got a message from a current judge who said, Marlon, I went to school across the street from Brownsville.
Modest thing.
And I have a couple judicial robes to donate to your court.
Oh man, that is dope.
And I was like, man, here's this young lady, grew up in Brown Sub, historic community, Hampton House down the street. And here we are going to try to change this culture of the school. And to have
amazing. Thank you for what you're doing, Marlon. Listen, jump on right now to Facebook, search 1035 The Beat, join the conversation. It's the stage. We are creating platforms for people who are doing amazing things in your city, so you can understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Big up everybody up in here. Big Ben, Umi is up in here. Mr. Jonathan Spikes and my attorney, Marlon Hill. Join us. We live on Facebook.
Good. Got a lot of love on here.
Yeah. Go ahead, spew it, man. They need it.
Somebody said, you the media. We don't gotta worry about whether they're talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
People are tuning in. That's what somebody said on here. Brother Hill, I think your wife is very active on here. And Carla's on here quite often.
We see you, Carla.
And it's just a lot of love. People are saying they love it, the positivity that the brothers are bringing into the city. A few people agree with the comments around the immigration. So, it's, no questions yet, but it's definitely, this subject is touching a nerve with people. With hearing so many negative things about our people.
Umi, as you have the floor right now, I'm gonna get right back to you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the program that BME? Yeah, BME.
Yeah, well, my blood brother is a recipient of.
I met him. I met him last Wednesday. He told you?
Yeah.
I went to the thing the brothers are doing. I had them on the show.
Urban Philanthropies.
Urban Philanthropies. Yeah, man. I love it, man.
So my brother is a part of it. So to be able to honor the people who are doing wonderful things in the community, but honor them with words, but also give them the dollars that they're going to need to support and grow their work. BME is definitely being that conduit for those organizations and those brilliant visionary people to make those dreams a reality and to be able to spread it, because none of the funding that they're giving really stays with the individuals or the organizations. They're automatically turned over back to the community. And so if you're talking about a distribution of wealth from somebody like the Knight Foundation, who has a lot of wealth, That's one way to do it.
That's what's
you know,
up.
the BME community just deposited $1 million into One United in regards to their bank.
I have a problem with that bank. Close the door for me, please.
Yeah, you
I have a
didn't get-
problem with that bank.
You didn't get your deposit cleared, or
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. My thing is that I don't want a black bank to come at me just because you're a black bank. What else you got to offer? What are we doing? I've given them several invitations to come and talk with me, just the same way how you guys are talking, and none of my invitations have been accepted. You understand what I'm saying?
you have
So
to change that.
Well, I will
Yeah, we
see
gonna
what
have to
I can
change
do about that. But I'll tell you.
no, I'd like
why.
to see what they could do about it too, man, because I don't always want you coming to everybody's rescue.
let's
You
put
know
it
what I'm
right.
saying?
Well,
Let's
I'm
put
not
it to
coming
them.
to their rescue. I'm
Mm.
coming to the rescue of supporting black business, black bank, black whatever. The Hispanic bank in the United States is at, I believe, $20 billion.
Mhm.
All the Hispanic banks.
Right.
The Asian banks, I believe, are at $60 billion.
Right.
The black banks are at $600 million. We can't invest in our communities and give loans to businesses and give loans to people, home loans, if we're not putting money on deposit with our banks. And surely the Hispanic and the Asian banks aren't going to do
Yeah,
that.
but okay, so just to give you an example, I do have an account there.
I do.
But but I don't like them. Okay? So I'm just doing it to do my part. So that whatever, hey, if my account can help, me building in that account can help. But I don't necessarily, that doesn't make it, like, it needs to come a little bit
But
more
But
to,
PK, the same point is, I guess the bigger point is that when you make choices,
Uh-huh.
going to a grocery store, or going to a doctor, or a dentist, or even a lawyer,
right,
you may not necessarily have the most perfect relationship with that professional.
right,
In our community, we have to demand higher standards of each other.
yes,
We also have to help each other change the narrative of who we are in order for the dollar to circulate more. So if you are having a bad experience with someone who happens to be black providing you a service, and you're not getting the same type of service that you think you deserve, because the money doesn't change color in them. The same Abraham Lincoln, unless you have an Abraham Lincoln that's brown? No? Okay.
Green.
Same Abraham Lincoln, right?
Uh-huh.
Needs to be valued in the same way. Right? So if you feel that your dollar is not being respected by the service you're going to be receiving or not, that has to change.
yeah, it does. And I haven't figured it out yet, so I'm keeping my money in there. And when I figure it out, I will get at them. Trust me. I'm just trying to take on too many things at one time, so that's a little low on the list.
That's not a reprobate.
But I think your voice carries weight.
We can get them up here.
We need to.
Yeah.
You understand? Because you know what?
My bad.
Because what's happening with me is that I'm speaking from a perspective that,
You're a consumer.
but not even just a consumer. I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of people that are just like, okay, you're a black bank. What else? Like, what else?
Somebody is saying this is perfect. Somebody is saying have Bank of America or Chase or Wells Fargo come and speak on your show.
Yes, they have.
Hold black businesses
They
to a
do.
higher standard than white businesses.
But they do. You understand? They have come. They have endorsed me. I have gotten checks from Bank of America. But even me, I don't reach to them.
Mhm.
I'm reaching to you, not even about money, just about like, yo, let me help you, or let's come together on something where it can make sense for my audience that just doesn't get it. And I'm not getting that response.
Yeah, that's going to change that after today.
Okay.
As a partner of the bank, I can't and won't stand in the fence. I don't think I can. But what I can do is make the call and say, hey,
And that's cool. And that's cool. And that's cool. I'm open to that. Sorry, brother. Back to you. Back to you. Back to you.
Oh, no.
So yeah, back to the stage play.
the stage, right?
But this is called a stage, man.
Kids were there,
The kids were there.
pouring out their heart.
Miami Northwestern, Jackson, American, Michael Crop.
All the right schools.
You know, and I saw this play, PK, you know,
Mhm.
and it really, I wonder how many people listen to us right now have even ever been to the African Heritage Cultural Arts Museum.
Right.
Now, the place where one of the number one films in America was on screen.
Screen.
That
Mhm.
Moonlight, right? There's so much talent that has come out of that community, but
Yes.
most people don't even drive west of I-95 on 62nd Street.
Right.
They
Mhm.
just go
Right.
down 95, 112.
Right.
They don't
But-
stop.
But Jonathan could have had this play anywhere and he chose to have it there.
I was at the Art Center. I was selected at the Adrian Art Center for Miami Made in 2014, and I took it to the Art Center in 2013. But I thought it was important to go back to my community because, like I said, I grew up down the street in Scott Projects, and when everybody kept asking me, "Why did you bring the play here? You know, we don't want to come here. We don't feel safe at night, and everything like that." I said, "Well, this is where the story began.
Right, that was good.
This is where it began." And we didn't get shot. We didn't get robbed. Nobody got hurt. We had a great time, a great turnout. And so that's why I took it there. And I think we should support our own.
And the appetizers were great.
And that
That's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate what you gentlemen are doing in the community, and again, it's a pleasure to be able to give you or lend you this platform. Not only to kind of expose and to show what you're doing and to have further support in that, but for also younger people to be inspired by what you're doing in the community, so that they can make their steps and and
Remember,
understand.
you have to be 18 and above.
Mhm.
You can self-nominate, or you can nominate someone else. The person, no matter their background, they don't have to have any titles, any name before your name.
Right.
But all that really matters is that share the story. What
Right.
is this person doing in their church? What are they doing at their radio station?
Mhm.
What are they doing in their nonprofit organization? What are they doing at work?
Right. I need to talk to you real quick. We're gonna take a quick break.
Jonathan is not
1 minute.
promoting himself. He did all this while overcoming.
Hey, Smarty, stood up one for hip hop, R&B, and the Breakfast Club, 103.5 The Beat, Mr. Mauricio Papa Keith. Yeah, man. And we are non-stop. I'm loving it. Pure vibes, pure energy. Log on right now to Facebook Live, PK Live. It's the stage, a platform for people to talk about some of the amazing things they're doing in the community. And I just want to shine the light on Brother Jonathan Spikes right now. What did you do, my brother, with your grant money from Be Me?
With the grant money from BME, we expanded a Let's Talk It Out program, which teaches you conflict resolution skills on how to resolve conflict without picking up the gun and shooting someone.
Right. So get into it a little bit more.
So yeah, we did the I Know What I Am or Not What You Call Me stage play at the African Heritage Cultural Arts Center. Well, we had 11 high schools to come out. We bussed them in, we fed them, we had a great time, and after the play, we had an open forum. And you would have been amazed to hear the stories that these kids had to share.
Give me a quick example of a story that a kid that touched you real quick. You know what I mean? For my audience.
One of the kids was going through one of the guys was going through a major issue with his mom, who wasn't listening to him, and they just used to fight all the time. And in the play, we have a lot of that going on, but we have resolutions on how to deal with those issues.
Right.
And at the end of the story, when he opened up about it, it kind of made everybody tear up because he was, he really opened up. And he came on the stage, he just wanted to touch my shoulder just to see if I was real, because somebody could relate to what he'd been through, and he understood that he wasn't in that struggle by himself. And that was the most important thing that I took away from the whole thing.
Man, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that with our audience. For real, man. We appreciate it. Join us right now, Facebook Live. Search 103.5 The Beat. We're having a great conversation. If you have any questions for my panel in here on the stage, man, they'll be happy to hear from you and connect with you as well. And maybe you have something that you want to do in the community and you need that $10,000. We'll be happy to give you information and get you.
Yo, so we got brother Asa from the Dream to finish out now. But you know what? Going back a little bit to this Black Bank conversation, well, shout out to Sister Ashley, another Florida State alum who grew up at the African American Culture Center, the African Heritage Cultural Center. So shout out Ashley. But this conversation around Black banks, and there are some people that say that we hold them to too high a standard, or we hold a lot of Black businesses to too high a standard. They mess up one thing, and we condemn the whole thing. We never go back, but we give other businesses a lot of leeway. What do y'all say to that?
I would agree. I would agree with that. I think that we need to have some basic standards that we hold all businesses to, right?
Yeah.
But there's a certain level of maturity that comes with how your business develops, right? The resources that you have. Not making any excuses, but certain businesses take a while to develop, and you can only develop by the support that you get.
Yeah.
Right? Whether you're a bookstore, you're a restaurant, you're a dry cleaners, or even you're a lawyer, right? There's a certain trajectory that you have based on the type of clients that you have. So the clients are just as important for your development as you are to supporting the client.
Yeah.
I would attribute also to the psychological issues that, you know, that the black community deals with in supporting one another, and that crabs in the barrel kind of mentality. We once had a culture where we invested in each other, where we built businesses and supported one another, and it was all torn down and taken away from us. And then we were pit against one another. And so now the black dollar, well, let's start with the Asian dollar, stays in the Asian community for about 21 days. The Hispanic community, a little less. The black community, the black dollar stays in the black community for 6 hours. As soon as we get our money, it's gone to somebody else's community.
That's a problem.
The culture of investing in one another is just not there everywhere. And then we have the black affluents that get to a place and then they just stay there. I'm not looking back. I'm not going back. I'm not helping back. And that's your prerogative. But the culture of giving and supporting and building and invest. Why instead of everybody living in 10 houses paying all this high rent, why not everybody just get in this one house for a moment, stack your money up, invest and grow? I was talking to a life insurance rep. New York Life has this 50 billion program, and it shocked me. He talked about how people build wealth, and they get these whole life policies on a loved one. It may be worth $1 million, $2 million. When that loved one passes, you got $1 million, $2 million. I mean, these are just strategic ways that other people are building wealth that it's not taught in our community. Or when
Damn, I missed that on that.
yes, when the life insurance guy comes, we're like, oh, we don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
But yet, when uncle or auntie die, we're doing GoFundMe's and barbecues and fish fries.
Yeah, New York Life is someone that you probably need to have a conversation with, having them here. They have this $50 billion program to kind of ensure $50 billion of a portfolio among black families across America.
Please connect that. I mean, a part of this is to spread it. The opportunity that you guys have, spread it amongst people who also are doing some amazing things that I can't reach.
Yeah. And it's not just New York Life. You know, I mean, you have other types of companies, but the point that Ben is making is that the dollar only stays in the black community for 6 hours, whereas in other communities it's multiple days, right? And so when we make conscious decisions, the fact, and I'm glad that you still have your dollar at One United, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because irrespective of the noise that may exist in regards to your relationship with them, it's not irreparable, right?
Right,
but,
right.
But the fact that you made the conscious decision
Right.
to put a percentage of your money,
Right.
right? So this investment that BME is making, right? They made an investment of $10,000 in us. Keenan Trust is making another $100,000, right? The architect that's going to be selected to do the renovation for the Law Academy at Brownsville is going to be,
Right.
drum roll, going to be black.
Gotcha.
Okay, right? The contractor is
Right.
going to be selected, if it's up to me, hopefully, is going to be, drum roll. They're going to hire, drum roll, right? And then,
Absolutely.
right?
And then
And
goes
the
on.
kids are
Right.
going to see attorneys that look like me, who come to their classroom teaching them about the Constitution. They're going to think and know that they could be an attorney as well. And the cycle and the culture is really what's important.
That is awesome, man. That is even a further breakdown of how great, that whole situation is within the
Even
community.
in your business, think about what you do, right? When you decide to do an event and the people that you hire to help you to be a producer or someone behind the scenes or the person that's driving you, the different people that you look to that more likely than not look like you in terms of the dollar that you're passing to them.
Right.
So for us, it's critical, the investment that they're
There was a
making.
study that came out that said if we all consciously, just the black community, not any other community, if the black community consciously spent just maybe 2% more of their discretionary spending with black businesses, that would create 2 million jobs across the country.
Right. And the Knight Foundation, don't sleep on the Knight Foundation, right? There's a science to it, right, Jonathan? Right? Because they're trying to disrupt changing
Mm-hmm.
the access of black communities across America by investing in an organization like BME.
Gotcha. You want to say something?
Yes, I was going to say, when we got the money from BME and took it to the African Heritage Cultural Arts Center,
Mm-hmm.
we were able to spend our money with the different businesses there, even with the caterers in the
Mm-hmm.
community, the actors, most of them were black, and all the different people. We had to keep spending money inside the community. We went to the different to get the food and whatever the restaurant was down the
Martin
street.
Luther King.
Yeah, Martin Luther King. So it does. It turns a lot of money in the
Right
community,
back into the black.
and then some of the
Right.
people lived in the community that was hired to work on the production.
Umi, what do you think it is why our people spend so much money outside of our community? I believe a lot of it is by design and not all so much our fault, but it just, more
Yeah.
needs to be put into education and unwashing the brain.
Well, I mean, for me, I think this is a conversation that has multiple truths, and many conversations do, but this is definitely one. I think, frankly, I do believe that it is an important value for us to spend more of our dollar with people that look like us, right? Just to kind of add to the list of statistics, if we were a country, I think we'd be in the top 20, the 17th largest country if black spending was considered and aggregated on a country basis.
Right.
That's how large we would be in the world. So we've got a considerable amount of economic power. Economics is what makes this world go round, probably more than racism, definitely because of racism. Economics is the driver for many of the decisions that we see, and so we can't overlook the importance of that. What I would say as well, though, in addition to that, we have to have a dramatic change in our values and a collectivism. We can support as many black business owners, as many black banks if we want, but if they do business with, in the business world like white people do business, we're going to lose. And so if we spend the next 10 years investing in One United, which I too have a bank account with them, it took 2 weeks to get my debit card, but that's cool. I could support them all day, but if they continue, or if they want to continue to be sufficient or a great business in the same way that other people have been business people, then black people usually lose in that economic situation.
Gotcha. Hold tight. Hey, listen, we are Facebook Live, PK Live. It's all about the stage platform for amazing people to talk about what they are doing in our community. And Ben, I just want to chop with you again. Just please go over the conversation of the grant and how people can get involved and stuff like that.
This is the Black Male Genius Award. We're looking for those black men who are out there doing their fair share to build community, giving back every day. We want you to fill out this application. Tell us your story. It's a call for story. Only 5 questions for $10,000, an opportunity to network with black men from all over the country, and a trip to Washington, D.C. to meet other black men just like yourself. It's bmecommunity.org. bmecommunity.org. Share it, tell it. If you're not a black man, but you know some black men doing the thing, go ahead and nominate them.
Thank you, because my audience is very diverse.
Yes. We lead in fatherhood. We lead in opening businesses. We lead in serving in the military. We lead in entrepreneurship. But yet, those are not the stories that are told. So we want to uplift your story and tell your story and what you're doing to build a better America. We built this country now. We built this country. Literally with our blood, sweat, and tears.
That's
now
what's
we're
up.
building entrepreneurially and economically.
Whenever we get into a conversation about economic power and black people investing in ourselves economically, we've got to also have a conversation about what we're buying ourselves into. In capitalism, as an economic system, the premise is based on a small group of people controlling the resources and the labor of millions of people. We have 400 billionaires and 45 million poor people, and it's not a separate conversation. We have 400 billionaires because we have 45 million poor people. They could not accrue that amount of wealth and control over resource without millions of people giving their labor, their time, their sweat for those people. And so what we've got to always do